Great. Sige, go. Huwag kang ganyan.
Not now.
Patulungin na lang. Oh, okay. We're good? Alrighty then. Hey, how you doing everybody? Welcome to another BeYou episode live on YouTube. We are your friends from BSA Solutions. As always, my name is Nico. I'm your host. For today's episode, we have a very special guest. She is one of our senior recruiter coordinators here at BSA Solutions. I've seen her during Alexandria Accord.
Yeah.
She had a very interesting talk, and I think she's perfect for the show. Everybody give it up for Jamielyn. Hi, Jamielyn.
Hi everyone. Hi, Sir Nico.
Alrighty then. So we're going to be talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be talking about work. We're going to be talking about you and your dealings with office people and a whole lot more. But before that, let's start with the first question. So we're curious to know, what does a day in the life of a senior recruitment coordinator look like for you?
Okay, so for us down there at the 8th floor, we always start our day with a morning coffee or short breakfast, just to start the day, ask everyone how their day went like yesterday and how it's gonna look for that day. Then immediately go to interviews, compliance checking, onboarding. So very typical.
That's pretty much your start and stop.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's how it looks like.
Yep.
Since we're live on YouTube, by the way, you have a chance to actually join us in the chat room. So if you have questions or if you want to give a shout out to Jamielyn or anyone here at BSA Solutions, please go ahead. The floor is yours. The chat room is yours. I know Afzan is watching us all the way from Malaysia. Hi, Afzan. Alrighty. Next, what's part of your personality you think has the biggest asset or has become the biggest asset in your career?
Probably this one. I love to talk, which is very helpful if you're a recruiter. You're going to be speaking with a lot of people, with your managers. So being confident in how you speak is a big plus.
For sure, because you are on the phones a lot.
Yes.
And you're going to be talking to different people,
True.
different backgrounds and everything. So the gift of gab,
Yeah.
so to speak, is very important. What's the weirdest or most unexpected thing that's ever happened to you during an interview?
There's a lot of weird things, but
Okay.
what was unexpected is, well, as you mentioned, we talked to a lot of people, different nationalities. So I've encountered few Filipinos, and with Filipinos they will always say "Maraming salamat po," stuff like that. But you will not expect that for a woman who is born and raised in Australia.
Oh, okay.
So I was, doing the interview with her, and at the end she just said in perfect accent, by the way, "Maraming salamat, Jami," and that caught me off guard.
Oh.
And I know that she is Caucasian through and through because I have her documents and stuff like that. And I was just, okay, bye.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that person may have really known that you're a Filipino, but then again, that person may have been with Filipinos a lot.
Probably.
So she can tell.
Yes.
Or may have been here already.
That's for sure.
Okay, next. This is really true because, of course, with the job you have, it's not always peaks and it always has its valleys, its ups and downs. How do you keep calm, especially when you're juggling a lot of things? Calendar work, candidates, and deadlines, all in one go. How do you keep yourself calm?
Yeah, I always put myself, or I always try to be on top of everything. So a big thing that really helps me when things gets overwhelming is to list down everything. It's good to have a visual of things that I have to do, categorize them on should this be prioritized today, or maybe I can do this tomorrow, so stuff like that.
That's really true because especially for myself, I'm a visual learner, so it's nice to actually see things on your computer or what have you. At least you get reminders or what have you. Let's say hi to some people. I think we have Marnie who says hello. We also have Afzan who says hello, beautiful people. Thank you for joining us in the stream. If you have questions for Jamielyn, please do throw your questions our way. Right, we'll try to get to them as quickly as we can. Next, Oh, this is good. If you were, if your job, that is, were a movie genre, what would it be and who would play you?
Probably, I'm not sure if it's a genre, but it should be a Disney film.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
particular scene in Tangled
Okay.
when they started saying about I've got a dream. So it's where Rapunzel was able to ask this group of men about what their dream is, what they're currently doing. So kind of similar to Recruiter, you know? You
Okay.
ask them
Okay.
what they do, and then
Wow,
what your
you're
dream-
breathing your job into life.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then who would play me? I don't know. Anyone could play me.
Let's narrow it down. Foreign or local?
Definitely local.
Okay, local. Who would that be?
Oh, huh. I wanna go for the best of the best.
Okay.
Maybe Catherine Bernardo.
Why not? Why not? Catherine Bernardo, why not? Okay, what's one small habit or system that makes a huge difference for you when you manage your tasks?
Earlier I mentioned it's really about listing. So I have this method of like prioritizing things. So it really helps me a lot, you know, with prioritizing because so easy for me to be overwhelmed. And it's so satisfying to just look at it and then you're done with that and you just scratch it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. You know, the satisfaction of just crushing out that
Right?
one task.
Yeah, yes.
That is cool beans. All right, let's see. We have Ren who says, Kagwapa, Miss Jamielyn.
Oh, no.
Hi, Ren. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Hey, Ren, if you have a question for Jamielyn, please throw it our way, right? We'll try our best to get to your question too. Next, we talk about the wins, your wins here at BSA, because apparently I heard from a little bird, you've secured the most new active members and achieved the highest utilization. How about that? How about a big hand for Jamielyn? Okay, so how did you do that?
Yeah, so I will never claim that I did that on my own. It's always a team effort. But how I did it is that I always open to learn, always adaptable to the changes, and I make sure that for the parts where I'm responsible of, I make sure that I do it 100%. I do it completely, so that by the time I hand it over to the other team, it will make their job easier. So yeah, it's a team effort. Another thing that helps me a lot is about being vocal with my client on where I need help and where I'm struggling, because that opens the communication on. And then both of you could make solutions, and that's the reward. The highest member utilization rate, highest new members endorsed or activated.
Pretty much communication is definitely key.
Yes.
And it's good that you're in your team and you have an open line of communication with your
Yes.
client, which
Yes.
is, again, very important, because if you don't want to be the low-lying fruit, and pretty much. So
Yeah.
what you do is you have to make sure that you're on top
Yeah,
of things.
that's true.
And also, like you said, you know, once you're done with your task, once your deliverables are up and ready, once you pass it to,
Yeah.
to whoever, you know, they'll have an easier way to follow through with what you've done. So,
That's true.
Well,
Yeah,
congratulations.
and just to add to that, that's where BSA really helps me a lot on how to communicate with your clients. So we have our coaches, we have our coworkers. So yeah, a lot of help from BSA. So really love that.
Kudos, BSA. Next, was there ever a time? Oh, this is Afzan, your questions. What's happening here? Okay, so this is like a malaala mo kaya moment.
Yes, okay.
Was there ever a time that you felt like giving up? You know, I know things can get really can go out of hand sometimes,
Yeah.
and it gets pesky. What keeps you going?
I always tell myself to give it another day.
Okay.
Because, you know, maybe today the problem is as big as Mount Everest. And then when you sleep on it and then you get back to it, you just realize it's just a small rock. And then you can just get over it. There's a solution for it. So that's what I always tell myself. If it gets challenging, take a step back, because that's when the solution comes in. That's when you're more calm, you're more open-minded to the things.
That's true. Sometimes you have to sleep it off.
Yeah.
You know? You can't just be
Yeah.
on full on, like, you know, berserk mode if
That's
there are
true.
problems. Sometimes you have to ease up on the brakes and maybe just sleep it off. I think that's a good way of looking at things. We have something here from Afzan who says, I agree. Communicate. If you don't voice out your concerns, if you don't reach out for help, people who want to help you won't know that you need help.
That's true. Yeah.
So pretty much when there is a need to try and reach out to the world, you can't just be keeping your problems to yourself. Who knows? You know, the person who's about to help you has been there all along. It's just that, you know, you just failed to reach out.
That's true. And especially that most of the problems that we encounter is really based in their locality or in their region. So there's really less that I can do. So it's better to communicate that to your client.
Right. Instead of, you know, just going, I can do this. I'm the hero. I fix it. And then what if you make the problem even worse? All because you presented yourself to be like, I'm gonna be the guy who's gonna solve all these.
I got this.
Yeah, I got this. And then you realize, no. I don't got this. Okay. What's a belief or mantra, Jamielyn, that you hold on to when things don't go as planned?
That would be that there's a reason for everything. That reason may not be explained to you immediately. It may happen after 2 days or after a year. The universe has its own way of letting you know why that thing happened. So if something doesn't go as planned, I let it go. I try to learn from it. And then eventually I will realize, okay, that's why that didn't go the way I want it to go.
I agree. I would safely say it is what it is.
Sure.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then you sleep it off. Never know tomorrow it works already. So
Yeah.
there, cool. What do you value more, Jamielyn? Oh, this is really good. Recognition or quiet confidence?
For me, it's quiet confidence.
Okay.
The way I say it, recognition, you know, if it stays relevant for a month, for a year, and then the industry will change, so there will be a new criteria to get that recognition. But with quiet confidence, you don't become confident on things that you don't learn. You know, you need to learn something. You need to be a master of that in order for you to be confident at doing it. And I love that part, the learning part, the learning from the mistake or get multiple mistakes there. And then once you get the hang of it, and then you get confident about it, you can then, if people want to ask help from you, you can provide that. So that's why I like, because you stay relevant regardless if you get a recognition or not.
That is definitely true. And with quiet confidence, it also means you are very prepared at the tasks at hand because you've done it for a while.
Yeah.
That's why you don't really just have to shout to the world that, hey, I can do this. You can just be in your corner of the world and just do your job and be confident that by the end of the day, I've done my part because I know I've done my homework. I've literally followed through with all the steps, and I know if someone needs help, I can just give them the answers.
That's true.
Quiet confidence, man. Alrighty then. So, how about this? What does success mean to you now when you first started this role to today?
Okay, so when I first started this role, my team is like one of the least productive, I could say. Like, you know, there's a lot of problems with hours and stuff like that. So yeah, during that time, success for me is just to increase that hour, to just have one more member onboarded. But now it means, success means like bigger for me. We now have new starters in our client, so we're growing. And success for me is seeing those new starters do a successful interview or a successful conversation with an applicant, or see them doing the task that we taught them how to do, and then they do it perfectly. Also seeing my fellow Senior Recruitment Coordinator achieving their KPIs. So that is success for me now. It's not just about me or my own team, it's about everyone. You know, everyone on that success boat, not just one of us, but all of us.
How about that? Cool. Now, let's talk about this, especially those who are watching. Let's share to everyone a win, big or small, in your team that you feel, you know, that means extra meaningful to you.
Probably the first time that I got that recognition for the highest member utilization, because that happens every quarter for our client. And while the awards were being given, it's the, you know, I hear the name, the usually gets that. So I wasn't really expecting a lot. And then suddenly for that award, the CEO called my name. And I was so happy, like, what? I did something good. And then after that, the following awards were given to my team members that are based in Australia. So it's like, oh my God, we did something good. All of us got awarded. So it was very meaningful because it simply means that all our hard work during that month really paid off.
And it's also nice when you hear your name too, instead of you hearing the usual suspects. You know,
Yeah.
oh wow, it's something new,
it's
something
me.
refreshing. Oh, and it's me too. So that's a bonus.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have Marnie who gave you a heart emoji. There you go. Afzan says, when it gets challenging, take a nap. That's why I take 10 a.m. naps, marketing people. Yes. Afzan is known for her 10 a.m. naps, a little one before lunch and maybe a little after lunch. But it is what it is. We love Afzan, and she's very productive even with the 10 a.m. naps.
Yeah.
So, sheesh.
I think we all need that.
Yes, exactly. We go ahead and proceed to this, and we heard this. Afzan wanted to actually squeeze this in because little did we know that you yourself also have a dream outside of BSA, and this is becoming a lawyer. So what inspired you to become one?
So in college, I actually finished with a degree, Bachelor of Science in Foreign Affairs. So that's international relations and international studies. So my world during college is about the United Nations, NGOs, stuff like that. And I put that on pause because I wanted to give corporate life a chance, maybe because it couldn't get overwhelming. Just, I want to work for the UN, that's so big. So I wanted to try, see what I can do in a different industry. And then now the call for becoming a lawyer is getting louder. So I decided to, you know what, let's follow that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You know what? You want to come to a point where you want to grab and take all the opportunities that you can while you're still young, while you're still single, while you still don't have a family and everything. Because when life happens, some of these life changing decisions, they'll come to you, and at the very last second, you might lose opportunities and you might regret them.
That's true.
I would highly suggest go for
that.
Go for it, man. Alrighty. Have you ever felt like, Afzan, your 10 a.m. naps are affecting the questions? They sound like maalala mo kaya questions, okay? Have you ever felt like you were not enough, and how did you move past the feeling?
Oh my God, all the time, Sir Nico.
Man, I know.
I'm not enough.
Sheesh.
But yeah, I just tell myself that there are other lawyers out there that were successful at balancing work and law school. So they work in the day and then they study at night. So yeah, I always tell myself that, hey, if others could do it, I can do it. But of course, I put some limitations there because I don't want to compare myself. So if I have to do it, then I will do it in my own way, my own style, in my own tune.
Just avoid being burned out. Is what it is.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want for as long as you have the capability to just discern if you're already doing something a little too much.
That's true.
You have to pull back every once in a while. Okay. What's the biggest challenge that you have faced while preparing for law school and performing at work?
This is so funny. You will not expect my answer, but the biggest challenge for me now is I sleep early.
Okay.
So
what is early? Because early is subjective.
9:30 a.m.
9:30.
So that's early.
A.M. or P.M.? P.M.
Oh, P.M. Sorry,
Okay,
9:30 p.m.
9:30 p.m.
Yeah,
Okay.
I sleep.
Because I'd be worried if you sleep at 9:30 a.m. because you're at work. Okay, 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, 9:30 p.m. So the thing is, 9:30 is the schedule for the last class in law school. So let's say I go home 9:30, doesn't mean that by the time I get to sleep, I still have to study, right?
Oh no, yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah, that's the biggest challenge now on how I could change my body clock. So pretty sure there's gonna be more challenges, but for now, this is my biggest challenge. Like, how can I change my body clock? So guys, please comment your tips there.
So that's an ultimate sacrifice. If you wanna have lesser sleep so you can go through law school or what have you. It's a decision, and you have to decide soon, very soon. Let me see. Oh, okay. When it gets challenging, Marnie says she eats desserts.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Afzan says, you go, girl. Marnie says, you definitely can do it. Talking about law school, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
She is very determined, and since you've already studied for that in college, so you have a little background, a little idea how it goes. So yeah, why not? Go for it. Okay. How about this? If you could create this is really a really good question, Afzan. If you could create a law for the workplace, what would it be?
For the workplace, just thinking about BSA right now. Maybe we could have a law that says free food Friday. Because
why not?
Because traffic on Fridays is very brutal.
Yes.
So we get stuck on the road for a long time. Maybe we could have a little snacks, something that we can just grab and go. Could be a bag of chips, so that while we're on commute, we have something to eat. So that, because we get hungry.
Okay. The next question. Do you see any similarities between recruitment and law?
Yeah, so in recruitment right now, there's already a lot of laws around it. So fair work, non-discrimination, compliance. So those are the things that us recruiters have to be very familiar with, because those are the things that will matter in the workplace. So yeah, I think that's what's similar with law. Law is everywhere. It could be in business, in recruitment industry. So yeah, a lot of similarities, I could say.
There you go. And how about this? Your game plan for balancing law school and your role. If you were to push through with your your plans to go for a law degree this year.
Yeah. So yeah, I will really push through with it. The game plan is really to I've already told my client about this actually.
Okay.
They're very supportive.
Nice.
So,
how about that?
Yeah,
Nice.
on the background we're already talking on how we could adjust the time, like the time that I come in and go out of the office so that it won't affect my law school. At the same time, how I could adjust my time in law school that it won't affect my work.
Right.
So yeah, those are the things that I communicate well with them. Also with my performance coach, the sex coach as well. So she's very familiar with my game plan now. So yeah, that and sleeping. I don't know if what's the better game plan. Is it to train my body now to sleep late or to sleep as long as I can? Because pretty much by July, I can't.
Let's put it this way: at least on your client side and on BSA side, you're covered. You're good to go.
Yes.
Now, as for the sleeping part, figure it out.
It's my problem.
Or you can ask, your peers who are about to or already lawyers now.
Oh, yeah.
Try to figure out or talk to them, ask them what were their sleeping patterns, how they went about it. Is there something they had to take for them to be able to sleep? And even if you sleep short, but you sleep well.
Well, yeah.
Because I think that's what you have to figure out.
Yeah.
How to sleep well despite the you losing hours of sleep.
It's turned into a wellness.
Yeah, because it helps.
It's
because
true.
if you don't have a good amount, not even a good amount of sleep, if you don't have good sleep,
the quality of sleep.
If the quality of sleep doesn't improve, then you'll have difficulty with your school, and it might affect your work.
Yes.
So that's something you'll have to look into. Now, let's talk about the heart of Jamielyn. All right. Who are you? I should say, let me ask, who are you when you're not recruiting or planning for law school? Who is Jamielyn?
Yeah, without the job title and without the dream of going to law school, at the end of the day, Sir Nico, I'm just a daughter, a sister, and an aunt to my niece and nephews. So yeah, I always try to do my best so that they won't worry. Because I'm the youngest in the family. I have
and how many?
3 sisters and then 1 older brother.
Okay.
And then my parents were both retired police officers, so
Okay.
bunch of worry hearts out
Ah,
there.
that makes sense.
They worry about me so much. So yeah, that's why I keep trying to do my best, staying healthy, staying positive, so that they don't have to worry about me.
So family is at the core
Yes.
of what of who you are, Jamielyn. Okay, now what's something about you that your teammates might not expect? If there's some of them who are watching now, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I think they won't expect that I actually really care about them. So if you will visit us in the 8th floor, it's probably we're just throwing banters,
Okay.
throwing jokes, you know,
Okay.
or we're on our phones just doing calls. But at the end of the day, if there's a way for me to help them, I'll always be there for them. If they need someone to advocate for them because they don't know, they're having a hard time communicating that with the managers or with the management, then I'm pretty open to help them communicate that to them, or if they want me to speak for them or advocate, yeah, sure. I'm very much happy to do that because again, I want everyone to be on that boat of success.
She is definitely a team player, everybody. Let's check on more messages. Let me see. Happily, who's this? Happily something. Says, earlier than Afzan's nap. Okay.
9:30.
Okay. Ren says, you're so inspiring, miss. You got this law school thing. Okay. Afzan says, oh my God, free food as a law. I second that, Your Honor. Marnie says, let's suggest that to our bosses. For sure.
Yes.
That's a very good idea. You know, maybe a snack
Yeah.
Friday or however you want to call it.
Yeah.
You know, if you could have something for the entire BSA, like a food trip.
Yeah. Yes.
Why
food
not?
trip.
Why not, man?
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Okay, is there a moment in your journey, Jamielyn, where you had to choose between comfort and growth? Which is, for myself, it happens. You know, I'm already 40 because I know this very well. Again, if there was a moment in your journey where you had to choose between comfort and growth, and how
Yeah.
did you go about it?
I think it was last year when I started thinking about going to law school, but I'm very happy with my job right now during that time. But I always know that, you know, I want to, the call is there, so I want to give it a try. So I really thought hard about it, and then I decided that, yeah, I'm going to law school. And then it leads to the next question, do I leave work or do I balance it with work? So it took another, a lot of thinking again, and then until now, I've decided that there's no need for me to give up one or then get one. So maybe let's do both, see what we could do. There is an institution here in Cebu that is very welcoming with working students.
Yes.
So that's the program that I'm taking.
Yes.
And yeah, and then, if you just open your eyes, there's a lot of opportunities for us. So
That is true.
yeah, I'm choosing growth.
That is true, and that's how you grow.
Yeah.
You have to, and these are what you call growing pains.
That's true.
And then you have to experience them
Yeah.
for you to be able to mature and get to that ladder, your next step.
Yes.
In your career. Next, what keeps you grounded? Again, things can get overwhelming. What keeps you grounded in this situation?
Yeah, even without law school, right now, it's so easy to get overwhelmed with work, with achieving KPIs and stuff like that. What keeps me grounded is that I always remind myself that my career is part of my life.
Okay.
Law school is part of my life. My friends, my family is part of my life. But career alone, that will not encompass my whole life.
True.
You know. So let's say if I fail a bit in my career, doesn't mean I fail at life in general. So I may, not succeed in every aspect of it, but altogether at the same time, but that's fine. There's still a part of my life that is successful wherein I'm happy. So I try to focus that,
You also have to realize that you choose your battles too.
Yeah.
You choose your battles and you choose them wisely, because if you pick everything, then
Yeah.
what's the point?
That's true.
You're just gonna crash and burn. So
That's true.
if you pick your battles, if you choose them well, eventually you'll win 9 out of 10.
Yeah. That's fine,
Yeah, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm
9
fine.
out of 10.
Why not? Okay, now let's talk about this. This is again, Afzan, your questions. When you think about who you were 5 years ago, what would your younger self say about how far you've become or how far you've gone?
Okay, so 5 years ago, I'm 21. That's 2019. So did the math there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 2019 is pandemic, so the bar is really low.
Okay.
Because we don't
And
know.
what have you been doing around? What have you been doing around the
I think
time?
I was at my own. I mean, I was still in college for sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I
And
think
what
that
can
time,
what can that younger Jamielyn say about you now?
probably she's gonna say, "Wow, you figured it out." You know, because I could remember during that time there's a lot of uncertainties. Am I gonna graduate? Are we gonna graduate with? Am I gonna graduate with honors or not? Am I gonna be okay during COVID? So a lot of uncertainties. But yeah, now 2025 Jamie, probably my 2019 self would say, "Wow, you figured it out," which we always do, self.
Yes, of course. And
Yeah.
with how fast life happens, with the way things pass. Think about it. We've just we went through the pandemic.
Yeah.
We faced Odette. That was like an outage. Like if for my case, like just like 26 days, no electricity and everything. We had to figure out where to get water, food, everything.
Yeah.
But then you managed to survive that.
Yeah.
I mean, I got married 2021. 1 week after was Odette. So think about that. So we enjoyed the honeymoon for like just a few days, and then typhoon hit.
Oh my God.
And then
Yeah.
you have to take care of the family, everything, and then like to today, like who would have thought that typhoon happened? I mean, look at
Right?
Cebu now. It doesn't look like we faced the pandemic,
Yeah.
we faced the typhoon, and now we have a war that's. I hope it's not gonna happen, but man, see,
looming.
It's looming. It's
Yeah.
there. We just have to realize that it's there. But the fact of the matter is, we're here.
Yeah.
We're figuring things out.
That's true.
And I'm happy that your younger self is very proud of you.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Now, what's an advice you can actually give someone who's torn between staying safe in their career or chasing big dreams?
So, whether you're thinking of staying safe or in your comfort zone or going for something bigger, it's really up to you. I'm not gonna be here to tell you what to do, what not to do, but maybe just something to put there in your mind. Give it a try. If the opportunity is there, if everything is saying yes and the only person saying no is yourself, give it a try. Go jump, do a flip, even. Just give it a try. Give yourself that opportunity of trying and learning from it.
I love your positivity, because I think a lot of people just don't have that in them,
Yeah.
the push.
Yes.
Because I think a little push will definitely help you, because whether you succeed or not is really up to you.
Yes.
And success, again, is relative.
Yeah.
Your definition of success may be different from my definition
That's
of
true.
success. At least you try. I
That's
think that's the more important thing. Let me see. Abzan says, now that I hear the questions out loud, I was probably hormonal when I came up with the questions. Good times, Abzan. Okay, Abzan, we are about to throw Jamielyn these questions. These are rapid fire questions. So give me the answer that comes to your head off the top of your head, okay?
Okay.
All right, so are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, go. Coffee or confidence booster?
Confidence booster.
First thing you do when you wake up?
Turn off my alarm.
Okay. Dream job as a kid?
Registered nurse.
Oh, go-to karaoke songs?
Super bass.
Okay. Heels or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Okay. One word that describes you?
Loud.
Interview you'd love to sit in on, dead or alive?
Controversial, but Miss Zana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good times. A quote you live by?
Kaya sera sera.
Whatever it will be, will be. Biggest guilty pleasure?
Spoilers. I love spoilers.
Oh, you do? Oh, shoot. Biggest guilty pleasure? Oh, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite thing about being a recruiter?
Talking.
Sweet or spicy?
Spicy. Both.
What's scarier, panel interviews or law school entrance exam?
Entrance exams.
Oh, okay. What does it mean to be you?
Just do it.
Wow, alrighty then. How about that?
Yes.
There you go. Jamielyn, thank you for joining us here on BeYou. Let's go ahead. Maybe send a message or what have you. The floor is yours. If you want to
Yes.
plug something, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much, BSA, for inviting me. It's really, a good place or platform to share our stories. And then we never know, maybe this video will lead to someone coming here to BSA.
Yeah.
And then, big shout out to BSA. Big shout out to my team, to my coach, Coach Monica. Is it okay if I mention my...
Yeah, please. By all means, your teammates,
my
go.
teammates, Jana, Justin, Kay, Sanaika, Charby, Pia. You guys are the best.
There you go. Thank you so much, everybody. How about a big hand for Jamielyn? There you go.
Thank you.
And this has been another episode of BeYou Live here on YouTube. We are your friends from BSA Solutions. This has been Nico. You take care. Off you go. And yeah, see you in the next episode. Bye. Woo.